There, we're live. Hello?
It starts recording and the first thing you hear is Mr. Obama.
Welcome to Season 3, Episode 44, Revelation.
This is so cool.
Please tell me you were already recording.
Is that Percival's voice?
No, it's not. Please, Percival's... Percy.
No. It is Percival's
Yes, we
voice.
are
The
recording.
other Percival.
Oh god, yes.
Oh god, was Percival a furry in
The
his teens?
cat blob.
Oh,
Percy.
Catbla.
I was actually talking about the younger brother, but the catwalk having a voice would also be quite something.
Just all of them with the same voice. Percival.
All three
hello,
Percys in a room.
My name is Percival, and this is my sister. Whoa.
Alright, let's have everyone
Enter
starting.
with the Percy voice. The Percy verse.
The Percyverse. The P-verse. Wait, no.
The Uwu-verse. Not to be confused with the Uwu-verse. Alright, let's stop stalling. So, we open, Halcyon City in the harbor. There's, kind of montage. You know, harbor bells ringing. You get some people shouting. You see some cargo unloading. You see, like, these big fancy yachts and these rich people sitting around them not doing anything. Then some fishermen getting up, coming back in with their fresh haul. It smells of fish. It is disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. And we'll hear like the brum 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 of the motorboat starting up. And we'll see kind of a hull. We'll see the hull of a large boat, like, skidding across the water, going fast across the waves. And we'll kind of pan up. Who is on the bow?
At the front, you mean?
At the front of the boat.
That seems like a herald thing.
Totally a herald thing.
You're the king of the world.
Are there two people there? Are they like doing
Oh, yeah.
Are they doing the Titanic thing?
If you want to.
Herald, do you want Gwen to hold you up?
Do it, Harold. See how Reckon will like that.
Why not? Herald is at the bow though. Yeah.
Alright. So you could do the Titanic thing. We'll kind of go up.
I'm king of the world!
You're going at like maybe 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
And we'll like pan across the deck. You see that as it kind of zooms into the king of the world and over him, and of course the queen holding him up. The boat itself is two floor stories full of things. And you see some of the knights like scattered about. Let's see, Galahad is driving the boat. Where's everyone else?
I'm hanging out with Dindrain, wherever she is.
Alright, she's sitting back, like where there's like this little spot, this like kind of U-shaped couch behind the captain's wheel. You know, she's sitting there.
I'm sitting next to her.
Alright. We'll keep
So Tindrin is steering?
No,
No,
Galahad is
Galahad
steering.
driving, right.
Dindrain's like sitting at the back, hovering over him. Sitting down.
Where was Percival?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, the camera keeps moving over the boat, and we'll head down to the back of the boat, the rear end of the boat, the poop deck, as it were. How about you, Lily? Yes.
I am on whichever side of this boat is facing, like, the tree, and just sort of, like, leaning against the rail and staring at it, and, like, dangling some vines into the water.
let me just use proper nautical terms. You would then be on... Oh, the stern. Okay.
Stern. Okay.
The back.
Boat
The
back.
port
Cool.
side stern, aka the left side of the boat.
Cool beans. Yeah, I pulled up a picture, so I know what all of these words mean now. Thank
Yeah, I know. I have a picture up with me right now. People in the recording can't see it. Alright, so you're dangling your leaves into the water. Percival's also, like, chilling back, like, thumbs up. Kinda, yeah, just, like, leaning back against the side, also looking at the tree. Lemrak is sitting at the very back. There's, like, water, like, kind of gushing over part of it. There's sea spray? Water spray.
Seafoam?
Sure. I don't know. Is this the second day in a second session in a row where we need a canon Halcyon map?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Anyway, the water is foaming up at the back. You see Lemrak like kind of like scooping stuff out of the water, and it's like just seaweed in a bucket. He's planning something devious for later.
Nice.
The camera will kind of loop back around, like, you see where the ship is headed towards. It's this kind of, like, dark, black, huge puddle over the water in the bay. Lots of boats have just evacuated the area. And there's, like, this, like, shadow in the water, and as, like, there's, like, a little... As the ink kind of, like, disperses, in the water, reflected, there's like a few clouds dotting the sky. It's like a brilliant crystal blue. The sun is up, shining. It is a beach day. So seeing this black ink, it's kind of like shifting around, and eventually it shifts into the title of the session, S3E44, Revelation. Before it plunges into the water and into this dark creature's mouth. And we cut to all of you on the boat. No,
Okay.
not book of. No, as in a reveal of something.
Oh no.
Anticipated this.
Whatever shall that be?
Oh, I wonder.
I have
So
worries.
you were all invited by the knights to, take out Squid recently seen. Considering for the last week or so that they've been like traveling back and forth between Halcyon, between Wales. Wales? Yeah, Wales. And yeah, just trying to decipher what's going on. But you know what? Now they're on a break. They're gonna defeat this, tiny little squid. It's nothing. They're just gonna sit back, have a good time after that.
I imagine Elle and Dindrain are like giving, in scare quotes, suggestions to Galahad about how to do the steering job that he's doing, while they're just like lounging and not being useful at all.
Backseat.
Backseat
Oh, yeah.
driving. Oh my god.
Yeah, but like intentionally poking fun at him.
You've got that little like anime, like the red 3 lines.
Yes.
Yeah,
On his
he's just
forehead.
Okay.
like his eye is twitching as the camera's like got a close up on his face. You see his eye like twitching and like trying to ignore you. Through his sunglasses.
I'm thinking that Gwen is like next to Lily and kind of like eyes this little scene of Dindrain and Elle poking fun at Galahad and kind of goes like, Elle kept on complaining about Galahad being mean to her, but I think I get it.
Yeah, I don't think this is helping with that.
Probably not, no. But Galahad is a sourpuss anyway.
I don't think that's helping with this either.
Do you need help with something?
No, I mean, he's already grumpy, so I think it makes it more fun to make fun of him.
Yeah, there's at least that.
Oh boy.
Alright. Harold, what are you doing?
He was at the bow, but I think he would, once he's had his little moment there, make his way back to where Gwen and Lily are.
Alright.
Yeah, sort of, hey, gives both of them a little wave and will lean against the side of the boat by Lily.
Hey, man.
Hey, he looks up. I assume he'd have to look up at her now. I think you already had to look up at her. I'm not sure.
Is
He just
Lily
looks
like
up to
8
her.
feet tall?
No, just like less person. I imagine it'll be harder to find her face now because she's not really person shaped anymore. So it's like, where's your face?
Looks down at the feet.
Well,
just
alright,
like
he'll
in the middle.
look where he remembers her face to be. Hey! It's like, never thought we'd... Have you been told about the whole Kraken thing?
That seems like an important thing to know, because I think
Yeah.
how we are dressed
So-
is probably very different
Yeah.
depending on whether we've been told.
Let's see. Yeah, Lamorak is like kind of going up. He's got a huge bucket of like seaweed and algae and whatever kind of like plant matter
Yeah,
is in the water. He's wearing
what do you think he's up to?
yeah, he's wearing tank top, capri shorts. He's got these big sunglasses on. Flip
No
flops.
idea.
Yeah, it's like, and he'll turn his attention to Gwen, so... Are we out here to relax, or are we going to do something about a Kraken? Because... And then he'll just look back at the rest of the knights, and then back at Gwen.
Are we going to do what?
Are we here to just, like, have a nice day, or are we, like, dealing with a Kraken? Assuming we've been told.
Looks at GM.
Looks to the eyes of God. They told. Yeah, I was about to chime in and say that they told you to, bring along your battle gear. Whatever you need to fight,
Okay.
like weapons and stuff. Generally, the typical stuff you bring to superheroing missions. But like, they kept reassuring you that, yeah, no, it's no big thing. It's just if you wanna, just so, whatever.
Yes.
It's
just
only gonna
like
be like a 5-minute thing.
It's just like an everyday thing.
Yeah, they're treating it like an everyday situation. This is a kind of vacation.
Cool.
Cool. Exactly, and that's what Aman is alluding to. It's like,
I mean, I have no idea about a Kraken from Japan.
Ditto.
I think Gwen just kind of goes like, well, whatever we're here for, I'm here to have a nice time. If we're also going to go and do something with a whole bunch of tentacles, then I guess we'll also just deal with that and then get back to having a nice time.
yeah, fair. I guess. Doesn't really... sorry, you were saying something, Kris?
No, go ahead.
I know, it's just like, he's like, doesn't really fill me with hope, but hey, at least the water is nice, and he'll... can we, like, if he leans over, can he, like, reach the water? without any issue. Because if he can, he'll, after he says the water is nice, lean in, let his hand run through it before splashing at Lily and Gwen.
Oh, you!
Lily is like, thank you for feeding me.
Yeah, Lily already has like a couple of arms in the water, so she's like, it is nice.
Wait, is it so... Can she, as a plant, drink salt water?
This again depends on the geographic location. Halcyon is a seaside
are
city,
we-
right?
Yeah, it's like in
Okay,
between Lake Ontario and the sea, so we could also just be on the lake instead,
No, you're
I
out
guess.
on the open sea. That's
Okay.
salt water.
Alright. Some plants can. I don't know if she can right now. I don't know if she is like actively drinking this water right now.
Yeah, maybe she's just relaxing.
Just chilling in the...
It's a foot bath.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All of a
Which
sudden,
is why they're both getting splashed.
all of a
Like it is
sudden,
that thing where someone just dips their hand into the water as they're going through it.
I think Gwen rolls up her sleeve, or as she approaches Harold. Looks like somebody's asking to get young.
Yeah, he sort of, stiffens for a moment, then blows a raspberry and takes a step backwards. It's just a little water, Gwen. No, yo.
How close are we to the water line? Like, if I bend over, can I just reach the water myself?
assuming you're on the stern end of the boat, I'd say you'd have to bend over pretty far to reach the water.
Okay.
At risk of an easy shove by a certain one-eyed friend of yours shoving you into the water.
I mean, I can just hold Harold by his ankles.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god, you're gonna give him a sword.
What?
Yes,
Look,
I wish to give Harold a little bath. Come on, it's bath time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he is taking very careful steps backwards. Like, didn't you toss me around enough the other day?
Oh, I guess not, because you're out here asking.
He will, if he can, quickly reach again into the water, splash at Gwen again, and then turn around and run.
Do it. That happens. You don't need to roll for that.
Yeah.
So you run up the side of the boat. Elle, as you and Dindrain are kind of heckling Galahad, who is just increasingly becoming this is my life now. You see Gwen and Harold running around on the ship. Lily, as you're kind of entering the Zen mode that happens when you have your arm, hand thing in the water for a certain period of time, you feel something kind of wet, slap on your back.
Why? I'm turning around and going who?
You see Limerack with a bucket of with the same bucket of seaweed and algae, and he's got a handful of it. You can drink from this probably.
Did he just put seaweed on me?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna look at it and then look up at him. I could just be seaweed,
You know,
What?
dryads are strange, and their ents are even stranger. So I have more.
I'm not really either. So thank you. But I'm just gonna peel off the seaweed and be I'm good though, and put it back in the bucket. And then try to give him a thumbs up, but I don't really have hands anymore, so it's just I'm just holding up a leaf.
He shoots another thumbs up before going back to the other side. Let's see. Soon enough, you all arrive to where the boat kind of starts puttering out and slowing down. And eventually you find yourselves, as you look over into the water, Lily, you take out your hand and it's kind of got this inky, black, oily substance on it. You're in the middle of that large ink spot from earlier. You see Dindrain kind of stand up, grab her sword. It's go time.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be actual swords or pool noodles, but okay. I'll summon mine as well. Anything we should know about this thing?
It might be a bit bigger than you expected, but it's no biggie. We can all get it. There's what, 9 of us? 8 of us?
Count. Yeah.
9 of us, including the little calamari. She shouts over to the rest of all of you. Everyone, it's time to suit up! Get your gear! Starts ringing the bell right next to Galahad, and he kind of cringes away from the ear from the noise for a second.
Oh, jeez.
My bikini gets replaced by my armor.
I think Gwen just stops running and just looks down at herself, then looks up, pulls up her face. Well, I'm already done.
You want to borrow a spear, Gwen?
I guess it would be good.
Summon spear and yeets it.
You throw the spear at your daughter again.
Elle, I'm right here. You don't have to throw it into the sky. I can't get it that way.
I didn't throw it into the sky. I threw it just at you, and not point forward either. Just
Okay.
I threw it at you, not to you.
Wait, when you say yeet, to me it sounds like I throw it full force. And so I was like, wait, what? I'll take the spear, thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're all geared up. Eventually you go on the you all kind of hover around the bow of the ship, and the ship visibly 5 people in full plate armor, chainmail armor, heavy weapons. The ship is kind of tipping forward slightly, but it seems to be holding.
So, how exactly does one fight a squid thing? And also, do we have to fight it? What if we could just ask it to leave?
That would probably be a good alternative if that's an option.
And wouldn't it be any fun?
I guess that depends on whether it also wants to fight.
The rest
Why
of
wouldn't it?
The rest of the knights look at Percival, and he kind of sighs. We tried talking to it before, and it did not want to talk.
Who can talk to a squid?
Percival raises his hand.
Okay.
Cool! Can you talk to all fish or just giant ones?
I can talk to all sorts of creatures.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I remember one time when we were 15, I got him to bribe the training master's dogs to just yap at him all night so that we wouldn't have a test in the next day. It was great.
Awesome.
Lamrock is laughing out loud, visibly. While Dindrian's kind of chuckling. Galahad is stoic, trying to let's say dampen the mood.
Well, it's certainly damp in here.
And just as Galahad tries to speak up, all of a sudden this huge tidal wave bursts from the front of the ship and everybody gets soaked. And You are now entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team.
Okay. Is one of the knights leading us, or?
Well, no, in this case, you can still pick your leader, and, like, the knights are still... Because right now you're working as two teams working as one.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just go, unless somebody else really wants to.
I'll accept it.
So it's either Elle or Gwen.
I'm good with this.
Does Elle have beef with
Custard
the,
back yet?
thing?
Should we wait for him?
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh, Custard's muted. Okay.
Is Custard okay?
he
has
said he would be a while.
Gonna need a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh, it's been almost 10 minutes.
Shall we give him a moment and just wait for him?
Yeah.
I mean, we can figure out stuff in the meantime, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I'll,
Elle is part of the Knights, but also isn't particularly that interested in actually, like, leading right here, so it's fine.
okay.
If Gwen steps
Then,
up and takes initiative.
I think Gwen will take it. And let's see, what are the other steps? I think I have input over everybody. I think so. I think I do, unless I specifically don't. I guess.
Do you have influence over the Knights, though?
I do not have influence over the knights.
The knights don't count in this particular situation.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I mean, I will not mind if you want to give me knights.
I will not give you influence over the knights of the round table yet.
Okay, I'll try and get that on my own then. We all have the same purpose: defeating the Kraken. I guess.
I think so.
Considering they have tried talking
Having
to
fun?
people. Yeah, having fun, having a grand old time. If any team member mistrusts the leader of the team, remove the team. Are we
I
ill-prepared?
actively distrust my daughter.
Okay, so you remove a team.
No, I don't.
And are we ill-prepared or off-balance? I don't think so, because it seems like the knights kind of prepared this whole thing.
We're pretty much as prepared as it's possible to be, I think.
Yeah. And then Captain moves, so another +1. So I guess we are at +5? Unless we don't have the same purpose in the...
Does anyone have a purpose other than defeating the Kraken and having a good time?
No.
I do have influence over everyone, yeah. I have started keeping more of a list of people I don't have influence over, because that's easier. I have a spreadsheet.
You and your spreadsheets.
Listen.
I'm listening.
If you're a designer and a writer, that's what you do.
Okay, that makes sense. Portal elevator music plays. Loading battle. I can describe the loading screen if you want.
How much time do you want to give Custard?
I'll send him a message.
Okay. Just like I would prefer to wait for him, but if it's going to be like another 10 or 15 minutes or more, then I think we might as well just move along. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's been 10 minutes.
Somebody enters.
8 people enter. None of them leave.
Good thing I'm not people.
Ditto, kind of?
You're a person.
Do.
Okay, so the loading screen is you see as you enter battle, is this like super like illustrated kind of old timey sea map with like all of the knights in like pirate gear looking over. The loading bar is like this like tentacle that's like wrapped around, and it's like a little ship like on waves. Let's see. And in kind of like the background, with all of like the pirate knights surrounding this map, where it's like one of them is pointing to like an X marks the spot. We see like this like barrel, and it's like one of those like little speech bubbles with Lily's face on it. She's like a literal Lilypad. You see Gwen manning one of the cannons. You see Harold kind of swinging from one of the ship sail rigging and like the sailor gear. Okay, stuff is being cleared out. And who else? You have Elle battling with like one of those like curved pirate swords, like battling with the pose. This like fish man monster. And there's a parrot flying like up near the crow's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right. So things have been cleared up with Harold. We can start without him.
Okay.
All right. So, as the kind of like shock of the really cold salt water, like drenches all of you, you see this it's suddenly much darker, and you see this large looming shadow, practically covering the sun, and this little kraken, nothing, just a little bit, just a little squid, no big deal. It's about, let's say, 12 stories tall, 13 stories tall. It's like
Processing.
That's like 120 feet, 150 feet.
How much is that in meters?
Let me do the calculation.
Roughly divide by
150
3,
feet.
so like 40.
Yeah, 45
40
meters. 40,
Holy
45
shit.
meters tall.
Okay, that is a tall ass thing.
And you see it's like a large, kind of like almost jet black eyes with like little things swirling around inside of them. And it lets out this like roar, kind of like high pitched squeak. So, what do you all do?
I would like to jump off the boat onto the water and run to one of the tentacles and just cut it off at where it meets the water. That's what I'd like to try and do.
All right, its two main large tentacles are like out of the water and like waving around like the typical squid, but it's got like the bunch of mouth philia things underneath. So as you run up and jump off, let's see, you're run across the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, that's a thing. Let's see. You hear kind of like a splashing behind you as well. And as you turn, you see Galahad like stepping, running with his shield, right behind you, like running with like these little, what are they called? Like little platforms, kind of like of this kind of energy, kind of bluish gold energy. And it's like every time he steps on the water, his feet don't actually touch the water. They touch like slightly above on the barrier things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's paired up with you, running after to help. So give me a directly engage as you run to try and cut off one of the tentacles. Nice. Pick, what is it? Pick one? Yeah, pick one.
Okay. Well, you know, it's a mundane, and I am too particularly bothered with getting this thing down because there's so much fucking people here. We're just gonna fuck him up probably. So I think the only
Exactly.
thing I'm gonna do is resist or avoid.
Oh, okay. So you take your sword and you run and you slash, kind of around it as you arc around it. You don't manage to quite cut off one of the tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, you do cut off one of the tentacles, and you made a slight indent on another one. And you hear it kind of like screech out in pain, and kind of anger as it goes to lash down and slaps the water where you and Galahad were. But you see Galahad like take his shield up and like take the full blow, and the sea spray kind of like jets around the both of you.
Cool.
What about the others?
So there's just like the one big Kraken.
Yeah, one big 45-meter tall Kraken.
Okay, well, since I can fly now, I will spread my wings, which I would assume are now, which I'm going to say are colored like L's color scheme, like gold fading to purple, considering I'm using a magic weapon. And I'm going to fly around it and attack it from the other side. Trying to like keep it within reach of the others.
All right. Yeah, also give me a directly engage.
Okay. Gonna do some of this.
Let's see. As you fly. Oh. As you fly up, the rest of you kind of feel this like resounding like tipping back of the boat. As you see Dindrin kind of jump off, full armor, her sword out, and kind of land on where you're basically hovering near the Kraken. Okay, pick two.
Okay, I'm gonna pick resist or avoid their blows and create an opportunity.
All right.
As I kind of like keep it close to.
As you keep it close to the water.
Well, I'm trying to keep like the Kraken to like push it backwards, but since I'm on the other side where the rest of my team is, I'm kind of like driving it towards them.
All right, so you keep the Kraken closer to the boat, as Dindrin kind of slides down the back, like with like her armor clawing down, and it's like screeching and like moving towards the boat slightly. And since it's distracted by basically a tick, corralling the Kraken. Yeah, it's basically distracted by this person like jumping around on it, and you poking it into place. Since Custard still isn't here, Lily, what do you do?
After it does that first big scream, I think she would have like turned to Percival again and say, "What did it say there? What does that mean?"
It's not PG-13 language.
Okay, fine. And like grumbles, like, "I'm 15. I don't need PG-13 anything." And I'm just gonna like dive into the water because I want to see like if there's any particular reason that it's like maybe it found treasure underwater and it's trying to get that and that's why it's here. I don't know.
Wow, you really
Like
are
I'm gonna
going.
dive into the water and try to see if there's like some way that from below I can just like dissuade it from being here.
Jeez, you really don't want to fight this thing.
I have afraid marked.
Pierce the mask.
Oh Christ. Okay. That's bad.
Oh.
That's so bad. That is.
So
Okay, well.
you swam down directly through the ink.
Oh right. Ugh.
And you go down and like you look around. It's really dark in this water. It is very dark in this water. And like you're like rubbing the ink out of your eyes. Oh, it's not that dark. Okay, it's just I have ink in my eyes. You see you see more like seaweed chunks like chunked over the side, kind of falling in next to you. And kind of like as you're like trying to recover, you see through like the waves, like the distorted face of Lamorak giving you another thumbs up, and like point, and you see him like the finger is like really wavy thanks to the distortion of light through the water, and you see like the seaweed kind of it looks a lot more like a net now and like a rope, and it's like tied around one of the tentacles.
Okay. So he's like also lassoing this thing.
Yeah.
So I just try to return that thumbs up, and I'm gonna swim towards one of the other tentacles or some other tentacles, and gonna try to start to do that as well. But you can cut to someone else.
Yeah. Okay, Custard's still not back. So we'll cut back to L.
Okay. Well, this is the main body of it like is it mostly the tentacles, or is the main body of it partially out of the water?
Its main, like its head, like the pointed part of the head, you can see its eyes are pretty high up, like 10 meters up, and it's got most of the body. And you see a little bit of the smaller tentacles kind of sticking out, maybe a meter or so out of the water. But its main, like, two big tentacles are, like, they protrude out, go into the water, and then come back out. Like a U-shape.
Okay. I think I'd like to just keep it on the defensive so it can't attack. So I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to use my newly acquired basically super speed to just keep dashing in like circles around it on the water and just like slash at it from all sides. I can do this thing, my sword can do this thing where it like projects slashes outwards at range, so I'm probably not even going to like approach it.
And, so it's like
you know, in a
arcs.
video game where you have a sword but you're not close by, but they don't want you to be useless, so then if you slash there's just like a little particle effect that goes forward towards the enemy and hits anyway.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, like little arcs that jut out from the sword.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what game that's from. Like, I've seen a similar thing. In the meantime, directly engage.
Right.
Also, you have a +1 to it from Gwen.
Cool. 11.
You didn't even need it. Y'all dangerous.
Yes. I'd like to create an opportunity for your allies, for my allies, and let's see. Is it possible for me to like take the opportunity to attack from it? Keep it on the defensive? Something like that?
Well, you're creating an opportunity by making it defensive.
Yeah. In that case, I could press surprise or frighten. I'll do that.
Alright.
So,
oh,
yeah.
Okay. So, you surprise the Kraken. And yeah, you're keeping it on the defensive, but yeah, you surprise the Kraken, and all of a sudden, you get hot ink in your face. And right now you're running blind.
Okay.
Let's see. As yeah, it spews hot ink in your face because you surprised it. And it's on the defensive now, but it knows that it's on the defensive, so it's going to try and like lash out to put you back with one of its larger tentacles. I want you to mark a condition. Or wait.
Okay.
Yeah, on a hit trade blows, yeah. Alright. I did it. Yeah. I know how game mechanics work.
I done it.
You done it? Which condition?
Insecure.
Oh,
Yeah, because as you're trying to like clear out the gunk from your eyes, the first thing you see is Galahad lowering the shield. There's like ink partially in his hair, and most of it's on the shield. Not a good thing in front of your mentor.
wait, is Godspeed here?
What?
No, Godspeed is not here.
Yeah. Oh,
So you said mentor, so
my bad. Whoops. Shoot. Okay, ignore that. Retcon. Rewind. What other action would anyone else like to take? As the knights are now openly attacking this thing.
Is there any part of the Kraken that I can grab onto?
There's those little, like, flipper things on the side near the top of its head. It's pretty thick.
Okay.
It's pretty dummy thick. But you
Does
could
it look-
latch onto it.
Okay, so it doesn't like look too slippery to grab.
No, it's kind of like the ear things. They're like, thick on the rims, but like on the inside they're kind of thinner and like more like I don't want to say serrated, pleated. No, it's not the word.
It has like I get this sort of idea that you want to go for
Yeah.
because like an ear essentially, just
Kinda, yeah.
like the ear hole. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna act like its grandmother because I want to grab it by the ear and lift it out of the water.
Lift it out of the water. Oh my goodness. Alright, give me an unleash your powers there. Or if you wield your powers. So you
I do
don't
not.
yeet it out of the water.
Okay, that's an 8.
Oh wait, I forgot to
Uh,
add all the team to the thing. Double digit team again.
Oh,
Uh, Does anybody want to help me lift it out of the water, or are we good with just making it temporary? Because I'm good.
I'll help you. I'll help you lift it out of the water. I got super strength 2 now. I'll
Cool.
do it on the other end.
Strong girls.
See, this is a family bonding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Welcome to the family, Lily.
I don't think I can help. I'm strong.
Well, you are lassoing it down. I assume you're gonna help lasso it down, which is
Well,
like you're pulling it on one side, and the others are pulling it on the other side, so it's like tipping it out of the water to at the very least.
Oh, yeah, sure then. If that counts, then hell yeah.
Physics? What physics?
well, I guess Al and Gwen are bonding, and Lily's also doing some bondage.
Please.
Crying. You have made a GM cry.
It's okay. Kris missed it. Are you okay, Kris?
Yeah, I can hear everybody again now. Just everyone was cutting in and out for me.
Okay.
Tears of
Yep, I can
sadness
hear now.
and despair.
Can
So
I'll
we
help
got
you get it
everything.
up to a 10?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I did.
Yeah. So the both of you working together have drained the team by 2 points, and yeah, you do, parent-child bonding, with literal bonding thanks to Lily. You managed to lift it completely out of, for the most part, completely out of the water. And one of the bottom side of its tentacle is still like kind of like skimming across the waves. Yeah. All right. Lily, is there anything you'd like to do here? Because right now you've got most of the ropes, thanks to Lamorak's help, attached onto it.
So, hang on. So what was he trying to do? Just like tie all the tentacles together so it can't like go anywhere? Like I don't.
Yeah, like you see, he's like going around, like swinging around on the tentacles, and the rope, trying to like latch it around. And you see, for the most part, it's starting to come together in an intricate knot, and like the tentacles are starting to get squished together. You see the bottom part's kind of like wriggling out, kind of like really like, and they're all being forced together, and like, you see its mouth like kind of like opening and closing, squirming around.
Okay.
With you kind of acting as the haha root or anchor.
Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
I guess I'll just keep helping Lamorak with whatever this is. With the, like, unless he doesn't need help, in which case, does he need a hand or no?
If you want to lend him a hand, then you can describe what you do. You know, add on to the, to helping the others with this battle, and you. Oh, Gwen, did you take into account the +1?
The what?
The +1 from L, creating an opportunity.
Oh, for the free roll.
Yeah.
I had not.
Okay, so
Does that
That's
mean
why I was.
only
That's why
would've
I
needed
was
one
surprised.
that would have made it a 9, which means the
Does
team is
that mean she
down.
only would have needed one team?
Yeah. You
I
still
mean,
that's
yeah,
leading
I-
into your part then. You could maybe since you're connected to these to the like kind of mixed seaweed algae rope, you see kind of Lamorak like pause for a moment, and he makes he sparks out with his hands, like makes a poking
Right,
gesture into his hand.
I can't. 1 sec. I think my connection is fucking up again.
That might be my connection too.
Discord in general is having some issues considering my voice connection is also not.
Everyone big wrote it for me too.
Discord.
Yeah.
Hello?
Welcome to Revelations.
Oh dear. Yeah, I can't. Everybody's kind of a robot for me. But also, I can't hear you at all anymore, so that's bad.
Well, nobody
I-
was talking. Now we're talking. Oh, Kris? Are we gonna have to... Oh, no. Technical difficulties, everyone.
Yeah, it happens.
You do be like that sometimes.
You really do. In the meantime, let's talk about our sponsors for today.
Spanx.
For when you need it to feel right.
Ass tights.
Ah! Connection!
Hello?
Connection.
Hello?
Hello? Kris?
Hi!
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
I can
Hey.
hear you.
Hi, Custard is back!
Custard!
Oh my god!
You fixed it!
Custard, you
on
fixed the
Discord.
Discord!
Wait, what?
So I guess we did have a second wish after all.
It's a Christmas miracle.
No, I just granted Darcy's second wish.
Are you a genie?
Maybe.
Oral. Alright.
Okay, so...
Okay, so
Did
let's do a quick little rewind recap. Everything from Harold's perspective. So far, the squid has this giant 45-meter squid has emerged from the water. Let's say you rolled in that one on the initiative. Has rolled out, has come from the water. Gwen and Dindrain have kind of gone up to the top, and now Elle and Gwen are both like lifting it out of the water, and you see attached to like this bottom little tentacles things. There's this like seaweed-ish rope, and you kind of look down through the water, and you can see Enchantress like underwater, like holding it down. And you're still on the boat.
Okay.
Everybody
So are we
is
trying-
fighting the squid.
We're trying to KO the squid.
Yes.
Yeah, let's say.
Maybe like Galahad forgot to like anchor the boat before doing this, so Harold was like dealing with that and making sure the boat didn't go away.
Yeah.
Yes, that seems a good idea.
Percival and Harold were. Percival was trying to drive the boat back while Harold was like steering it.
Okay. Yeah, that works. And I figured this would be done by now, so Harold will join his friends. Gonna fly over. Flash of moonlight goes from the tank top and beach shorts into his costume.
Magical girl transformation.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Float spins for a while, everything.
You have the
Every,
shirt.
camera
every
focuses on-
imagine Sailor Moon here.
Yeah.
Sailor Harold. Sailor Harold! SeAman!
Yeah.
Yeah.
See a monster.
Yeah.
Okay then, so if they're all fighting, and it looks like we're all fighting this Kraken, and that is the point, let's I-beam it.
I-beam?
As you
Okay.
right, let's get in
It
some
is happy
damage.
time.
It is first time in his thing, so
Every
this is how
time you
Harold
touch.
will announce he's joined everyone. Every time we touch, watch me full hit this. Heck yeah!
Alright, so, oh gosh, okay, pick 2, actually. Because,
Yep.
that's not a unleash your powers, it's a directly engage, which means I can do
It
things.
is a directly engage,
Oh,
and I will pick. Let's see, what shall we do? Let's resist and avoid the Kraken blows.
Dang it, okay.
Ha! And
Ruining my plan.
so it's floating. I don't think there's anything he can take from it. So let's give my allies an opportunity by distracting this Kraken by beaming it in the face.
Alright, everybody gets another +1 to their next roll, targeting the Kraken.
Oh,
Or whoever uses the next roll.
Yeah.
Alright, so you shoot an I-beam clean through the other, clean through one of the tentacles. And you kind of like reel back a bit, and like your head is like hurting a bit, but
Yeah.
it smells amazing.
What?
Fried
Which power?
Okay.
calamari with natural sea salt and herbs and spices. As you
Where
see,
did the herbs and is the seaweed the herbs and spices?
yes,
Is Lily the herbs and spices?
yes.
Oh no!
What has happened with Lily?
It's what is it? Diffusing.
Infused?
It's effervescent.
Infusing. Yes. As you see, like the arm like rear up one last time, and the I-beam kind of like part of the arm kind of crumbles away and like lands with a splash into the water. And you see it kind of flail one last time, like those fish do, like even though they're dead, but then they just like flop all over the boat. Oh my god.
I'll hold back next time.
And you see it slap down part of the ship. But Percival is there to and like leaps off the side, like taking out his double swords and like swinging them, like circular swinging them down, making sure that the boat doesn't sink from the tentacle, as it kind of like gets pushed off after hitting part of the boat.
Good job, Percy.
Good job, Darcy.
Percy.
Siege! And yeah, right now you can, all of you, now that its mouth is above water, can just hear the ear-piercing screech of it. What would you all like to do next?
Its mouth is open, right?
Yep.
It's a squid, so it has like with those weird beak things.
Yeah, one of those weird like little like bird beak things.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep it alive, right?
No.
Do we? Do we? No.
Okay.
Should've
I
done
do.
it in the head.
Do we have any explosives?
What I was gonna do is try and climb up it and then like just wrench its mouth open and stab it in the mouth. That's what I want to do.
Whoa.
Personally speaking.
Directly engage. You had. Oh wait, that was never mind. You have the +1 opportunity from Amon.
Yes.
Yep. Oh my
Whoa.
goodness, you're dangerous.
Christ.
Dangerous.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right.
So I'm going to just I wipe some of the like ink off my face and I get and I'm like obviously angry that he targeted my face because I don't want to get anything on my face.
It's ruined your
so-
hair. Oh my god.
As if my hair it's possible for my hair to get ruined, but yes. So I'm just gonna run up one of the tentacles now that it's like mostly out of the water, and get up to its beak, just like grab onto both sides of the beak with some gauntlets, wrench it open, then put like a foot in to keep it open, summon my sword back, and stab it in the mouth.
All right. So your foot is still partially covered in ink, and like your foot like slips out and it's about to crush your leg off. When all of a sudden you see the shield kind of jam in, keeping it open. As Galahad stabs it through part of the beak and keeps it open, as you're like skewering, like stabbing over and over the insides of its mouth. And it smells disgusting.
As in stark contrast to the calamari smell earlier.
In very stark
Yes.
contrast to the calamari. Like, it smells like a fish market that they forgot to bring umbrellas to. And it is 2 p.m.
What?
Midday.
That's very
Umbrellas?
specific.
With the sun out, no clouds, and it is about 40 degrees Celsius.
Wait, what?
It smells
is
very
hot.
bad. It smells very bad. This is
That
just the
is-
comparison.
that
It is not
really
40
hot
degrees Celsius.
over there. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a degree less than what it is here right now.
Oof. And it's the
Just the
middle of the
smell.
night, Custard. Jeez, wow. I'm sorry.
Oof.
Uh,
A moment of silence for our friend Custard.
Alright, no more moments of silence. Don't MOS my session. Let's see here. So which ones did you pick?
Which ones did I pick? That's a good question. I don't think I actually picked anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Anyway, it smells like
Uh.
rotting fish inside.
Yes.
That's the gist of what I was describing.
I mean, I don't know how long you wanted this fight to go on, but could that have been overwhelmed? It's the same role.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
And-
sense. Yeah, because right now it's getting clawed and it's like suffocating, and it had one of its arms blown off.
Yeah. In that case, I think I hurt the foe more than I intended.
Yeah, you're just like stabbing away. There's like black octopus or black blue squid guts like covering. I don't know what squid guts look like. All over your face. And soon enough, Gwen, as you're holding it up, you feel it kind of like just go limp slightly. Amon, from the outside, you see the thing kind of just like into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Enchantress, you kind of feel the rope also go limp from where you are underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Under the sea. Okay. And eventually you let it down and like just like kind of floats up. And it somehow with its eyes you still see that it looks like it's making an angry face. It was very, very mad. And you see Percival all of you see Percival kind of take out a megaphone and shout, "It was cursing the whole time. It was wishing death upon everyone. It nearly sank a family boat, and a houseboat, and a fishing boat, and the lifeguard's boat who all came to save it. Frankly, we tried cutting a deal. It did not work."
Why did you try and offer it? I say as I'm still standing on the corpse that's floating.
Come here. It's easier to show you than shout through this thing.
I'm going to look over the side of the corpse into the water and try to find Lily.
Yeah.
I just like poke back up somewhere like out in the middle of the ink blot. Just like trying to like shake ink off of me.
I'll offer a hand to the closest bunch of vines to try and help her get out.
Aw.
I like that you just reach down for the vine and it's just the seaweed net. Like, shit.
You pull up your hand one time and it's a seaweed net. You pull up your hand the second time, it's a seaweed net.
Lily, which one of these is you?
Yes.
Give me a minute. This one. There's like one behind you, like.
Okay. I will help Lily get out of the water with that particular vine.
Yeah, you help her out, no problem. And soon enough you all end
Wait a
up back
second.
on the boat. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait a second. If Elle like super fast runs across the water, am I effectively just water skiing?
Yes.
Yes.
I stand by.
Yes!
We
Now-
can probably do that later if you want.
You have a boat. You
Ooh.
could probably jet ski or water ski if you wanted.
Whee!
Probably not.
You notice that once Aman lands back on the boat, he looks a little green.
A little green?
Yeah. Bit pale,
Oh.
little green after watching
A
what
big
happened.
green.
Yeah.
I mean, join the club, buddy, but if, you don't look so good. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just it was this earlier smell, and then what happened, sort of. I'm okay.
Oh,
I'll be okay.
you know what? How about you look this way? And I'm just gonna like turn him away from the corpse, and then also, and I'm just gonna like try to make like one hand just like some mint so that it smells better.
Is
Aw.
it mint or peppermint that helps soothe nausea?
One of them, probably.
Mint, peppermint. I know ginger helps with a bad stomach.
I'm just trying to make like some peppermint. I'm just gonna like wave that near his face. So it's like, it smells, please.
Alright, comfort and support.
Oh shit.
Thank you.
Do I have influence over Harold?
Do you?
You should after
oh,
you
sorry.
saved his life. Yeah, you. So.
Oh yeah, I
give it to
do.
you.
Hooray!
Oh my god,
+1 really.
that parrot.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Oh my god, I've never succeeded.
Yeah. I think,
Aww.
so the mint
Awesome.
is
Good job.
exceedingly soothing, and Aman just sort of goes like, whoa, and it stands up a bit straighter, shoots Lily just a big smile, like, thanks. I didn't think that would happen, but it's a sort of twice you've saved me now.
I don't know
you.
if this really counts. I mean, maybe saved you from
It
throwing up,
counts.
but that's not like that bad.
Lily, it totally counts. All right. He's gonna
Okay.
give the wine arm with the mint a pat.
Like
He's
a high
not really
five.
sure what to do. Yeah, essentially something like that.
Yay!
Still figuring out how to react. He's like, thanks. I didn't know I needed that, but that was really great.
Anytime. Lily just has like a really big smile on her face, and I'm gonna clear afraid. Yeah.
You got like that swamp monster smile where it's like leaves and stuff.
I guess I can get rid of a condition too. Thank you.
Yay! Wholesome moment. And yeah, y'all defeated it. Heck yeah.
I climb back onto the boat and I'm just trying to wipe, like, Goran ink off me.
I'll offer Ellen a tissue.
A tissue.
I think I might need a lot more of those.
Do you want some water? Lamrack has a bucket.
Lamrack
I'm
shouts
not just-
over from somewhere across the boat. This bucket is full of fish.
Okay, never mind the bucket.
Maybe I'll just go for a swim. It's probably not a great idea for me to be within visual or smell range of Aman right now anyway. So
I'm okay. It's passing.
Pat on the back. Pat on the back.
yeah, I'm just gonna go for a swim. Jumps off the boat.
Like, wait, don't jump back into the ink!
On other side of the boat.
The boat has, for now, drifted away from the ink. It
Elva's
smells a
just
lot
kind
less
of
than
making a
before.
face like, I should be somewhere else at the moment.
Oh.
Jumped off the boat. Oh.
You feel like a sudden like life buoy kind of thrown out over you, kind of like one of those like hoop tossing games near the stand, and like attached to it is a rope. You see Limerick like holding up another bucket full of fish, and throwing another thumbs up at you.
You know I can swim, right?
Safety first.
Can you swim as fast as the boat, though?
Yes, probably.
The boat is not moving right
Let's
now.
try it then. Hey, Galahad, gas it up. Can I
You
provoke Galahad into going faster with the boat?
you mean starting up the boat to go?
Yeah.
Go ahead and provoke. Please.
That's a 10.
Dang. Alright, so you see him, you're the only one who catches this, but you see him kind of like, kind of smile up for a second before like looking around, like putting back his like, you know, kind of usual like, ugh, face, as he puts the key into the thing. Twist it again. As like smoke starts going out from the engine.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Boat's bust.
Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me?
How?
You need me to push the boat instead.
I think I can fix the engine.
I could just push the boat.
Can you fix the engine while the boat gets pushed?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'll go ahead.
Okay, I'm
Please
gonna.
Please don't push the
I'm
boat to
gonna-
shore.
No, I'm just
This
gonna
is a
push
bottle
it around.
episode. Okay.
I know. It's fine.
We just go in circles.
we don't have the harbor in the budget. This episode.
I will.
can't-
I am happy to conveniently not push the boat if you want.
So suddenly we just cut to black and like a live action bit comes on where by the director comes in and it goes like we didn't want to overwork the animators for this episode, so we have just cut this portion and we will cut back in just a moment with Elle not having pushed the boat. Thank you.
I can't laugh that loud. That's perfect. Let me see. So yeah, Ella's just kind of like doing like little like, are you making like engine noises? You're like pushing the boat in circles.
Sure, I'll do that. I'm not making engine noises though.
Oh, okay.
Harold,
Someone
do you
else
make
can
a
engine noises?
Someone please
Harold.
make engine noise.
Harold?
Yeah.
Can you do auditory illusions?
Yeah. Sure.
Well,
What you need?
Unleash your powers if you are.
He'll humor everyone. This is a good time. So let's get everyone some engine noises, eh?
Yep.
Oh jeez. Why do I need to unleash? Well, okay,
do you have
sure.
influence over L? Wait, before you do you have influence over L or Gwen?
Let me go check. I should have influence over Gwen. Yeah, I have influence over.
Alright, add a +1.
Oh, that's +2 then.
Wait, for what? Wait, for what?
Because I'm using the eye,
Oh, okay.
and I have a +1 to unleash
I didn't
from
want-
the eye.
Break the rules. Okay, wait, Siege is not here. Okay, whatever. Okay, break the rules. Shh.
What?
Oh wait, it's getting recorded.
you delinquent.
Alright, so
Eat that, -2.
you have you make some pretty you start like making little engine noises with your mouth, and eventually it like turns into real engine noises, and you just stop and it's just going. Every time L paddles their legs, little
Yeah,
engine
it's like,
noises go off.
he does a little bow.
The eye kind of like flares up a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like flares up, then back, then up, then back.
Yeah, every time there's an engine noise, it sparks with a little bit of moonlight.
Percival puts up a finger to question it, has his mouth open, then closes it and shakes his head and walks towards the bow. The rest of you see Lamorak like dragging out a cooler. He's got like this like fold out chair, and he's got this like really big sun hat on. Like this like really big sun hat on, the sunglasses. Everyone's back in their regular clothing.
Yeah.
After a while, I just clamber back onto the side of the boat, entirely like soaked, no longer have ink and gore everywhere, and I shake out my hair. I also have, I'm back in like a bikini, and I think I also have one of those, you know, when it's like those beach outfits that are like a bikini and then like some fancy cloth that's wrapped around your waist.
Like a shawl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah.
Hey, Aman? What's he doing right now?
Do you want me to stop the engine noises?
I mean, I'm not. You're welcome to continue the engine noises. I'm not there anymore, but
They'll fade. What's up?
You looked a bit sick there after the fight.
Yeah, it was just. It's nothing. I didn't expect it to go that way, and I think
What were
it's
you
sort of.
expecting?
It sort of just really clashed with the super delicious calamari smell earlier, and that sort of just made my stomach turn. So
I see.
Yeah. I'm okay now.
I'm sorry it was so gory, I guess. I feel kind of responsible.
Hey, no, what you were just doing what you had to. It was just things.
Was I?
like,
It was going to get beaten anyway. I didn't really need to go that far.
No, really, you're fine. Like I said, it was just a combination of a couple of things. Gore usually doesn't get me this bad, I think. I've never really encountered that much of it.
I've encountered a lot of it.
Well, I mean, hey, look,
Okay,
if...
okay, then I guess I'm glad that it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's alright, please, just don't feel bad about it. You were out there being pretty awesome like always.
Fighting's the main thing I'm good at.
And I'm glad every time I have you by my side doing that.
Yeah. I just.
What's up? You...
You know, I'm worried I go a little far sometimes. Or that. So, there's this thing. Several decades ago, Avalon had like a war against Asgard, and the Asgardians have like this particular type of soldier. My dad told me about as like a berserker or something. I think that's what they're called. They go into battle, and then they just like stop being a person, and they just start hacking here and there. They're really angry and bloodthirsty, and that's kind of how I feel sometimes. Not that that's actually how I am when I'm fighting. I think I'm in control, but it's more like sometimes when I see the results or the way people react to things, I worry that that is what I'm like. And I just don't realize it because I'm so used to battle that the sight of a cut up creature doesn't bother me anymore.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, look, every time I've fought beside you, I think you're always in control of what you're doing. But I mean, honestly, like, every time we go in to fight, I'm glad whenever you lead us that you're leading us. But if you're particularly worried about the whole berserker thing, and I don't think you do that.
It's not as much that. I mean, maybe in a way, if it was because I lost control, that would actually kind of be a relief. Because then at least I don't make the choice to go too far. Rather than...
Yeah, I guess, but to me it just seems like you're doing what you think is the right thing in the moment. But like, look, if you're, still, I feel like if you're worried about still pushing too much, even when in control, there's something I could do that can help. I don't know how much it'll do, but he rubs the back of his neck for a moment, just contemplating his next words. So, alright, so most of my childhood I was sort of trained in... Do you know about Jeet Kune Do?
No?
Okay, first of all, I think there's some really great movies you need to see then. But
There's
mainly...
a lot of movies I need to see. Everyone is always telling me about things I need to see or read or listen to.
Yeah, but it's like, it's essentially a way of fighting without really fighting. You use whatever's coming at you against whoever is coming at you.
Like my mirrors.
Yeah, sort of like that. You intercept. It's the intercept way of the intercepting fist, is I think what that literally translates as. But The whole thing is to find this level of control where you know how far you can go, but you hold back and use whatever is coming at you instead. And if you don't mind, I'd be happy to show you some of it. I don't know how much it'll help, but
I'm curious at least. I always like to hear about different ways of fighting. It's kind of one of my favorite things, so I would be very happy to. I don't know if a boat is the best place to do it though.
he looks around. He's like, "Yeah, not here. What? Maybe back at the base."
Sure. That would be
But-
nice.
You know, but yeah, don't worry about it too much. Okay. I can't really say I fully understand how you feel because to me it just looks like you're out there being pretty awesome. But I mean, I'd like to help out with that.
Thanks. Oh. See, this is always what happens when I try to comfort people. They end up comforting me instead. I'm very bad at this.
No, you were. Thank you, actually. I mean, you did come here and ask if I was okay. That's. I liked that.
I can at least ask, right? Asking
I'm
is
glad
something
you
I'm
did.
capable of doing.
And isn't asking sometimes all you need to do?
I don't know. Sometimes I ask and things just don't really end up right.
Yeah, that can also happen. But it's the first step, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I shared a vulnerability here. Let's see.
That's what I figured.
Yes. I can clear a condition and Amon gets influence over me.
Aw. This is possibly the first time they've talked this much, actually.
This is what bottle episodes are for.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, yeah, no, yep, you're good, Elle, and just give her a light shoulder punch.
That's rough, buddy.
Ah, jeez, who did that?
Ooh.
It's not loading for me. Which means it's not loading for the viewers at home. Alright, after that warm, heart-touching scene, let's see. You know, everybody's walking around the ship. Lamrak is on the boat, relaxed. He's got like a nice like soda out. Going soda because we're not displaying alcohol on the screen. What is it? Yeah, 6 down. Yeah, he took the special care and
Is
time
it
to
called
put.
less than 3? 7 up, less than 3.
Oh my god, that's even better than 6 down. Yeah, he took the special time to put like a little umbrella, with like a little slice of pineapple, like kind of like hooked onto the side. And he's like just drinking back, sitting. His huge sun hat is protecting most of his face. He's got the sunglasses on. He's got kind of like these khaki shorts. No, not khaki, capri. I don't know how to speak. He's got sunglasses. Galahad has taken out this like repair kit after hosing down the what's called the engine with the fire extinguisher. He's like trying to fix it. He's wearing just this t-shirt, cargo shorts. He's got like one of those like fisherman's hat on. Dindrade's like kind of like hovering over him. She's got like one of those like sleeveless shirts, like a little bandeau and shorts. Most of them are in most of them are in flip-flops or sneakers or boat shoes. Percival's wearing a matching sleeveless shirt with matching shorts, but he's got a hat and he's got sunscreen on. He's got this like big like 1 gallon sunscreen out next to him as he's looking over the boat, facing the city. You know, you have your option to pick from. And there's also the rest of you. Gwen described what she was wearing. Elle is in a bikini with like the shawl. What about Amon and Lily? If Lily wears clothes.
We need clothes.
Does she need clothes?
She's just like a giant tumbleweed now.
Aww.
Amon's in tank top and beach shorts, and here are his beach shorts.
Fan service episode? Oh my god.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh my god. I love it. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. I love it.
That's pretty great.
That's pretty great. The rest of you can, you know, kind of go up, do whatever you want to do, talk. If you want to maybe pull some pranks on some people, do whatever you think is natural.
Anybody want to go for a float?
Oh yes, that would be great. It would be fun.
Sweet. Lily's just gonna like cannonball off the side of the boat and then like be underwater for a second, and when she comes back she just like 3 giant lily pads.
That's amazing. T-posing
That's
in the
very
water.
good.
Lily's having fun with her new form, at least.
Yeah, I'm glad that she's having a good time in spite of that big change.
Anybody else coming in the water?
Hold on a second. I gotta go quickly change, by which I just mean take the dress off,
Todd.
swimsuit underneath, cannonball.
You both cannonball at the same time.
Yeah.
Does Harold know how to swim?
Yeah.
Everybody here knows how to swim, right?
Wait, what is swimming?
Once you're actually in. Oh my god.
No. See, I mean, I have a story about how I learned to swim. So.
I mean, hey, if you want to tell everybody else, you know, so that we can have that out there in canon.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. Could I use it for this? I guess I could always use my move. Not so different after all, but it seems like a bit awkward to use it on other Avalonians.
I'm not in the water right now, if it helps.
Okay, I can just tell Harold and Lily how I learned how to swim by talking about my home. May I use my move? Not so different after all for that.
What playbook is this? Star?
It is Outsider.
Outsider.
When you talk about your home, roll plus freak. On a 10 plus, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1.
Oh,
During
yeah.
the conversation, you do blah, 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 blah. That's why you kind of have to do it before you do the conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, depends on like how it goes. Okay, so 8. So I choose 1. I'll describe the glories of my home.
Avalon.
Avalon.
It's much better than this weird place.
Like we don't learn how to swim, just in classes. Well, at least I didn't. I mean, when I was 6, my dad just took me to a lake and yoked me into it, and expected me to come swimming back. And it was a bit rough the first couple of times, but I got the hang of it eventually.
I did what?
Just
Oh my god.
he did her into the water, apparently.
I mean, it was okay. No, I'm sorry. Like, it wasn't like that at first, but it was just like, once I knew how to swim just a little bit, and just like more challenging and such. It was fun. It was really nice to just spend some time with the family that way.
My brother did that to me once. Got water up my nose.
Would that qualify
That's
as
worse.
describing the glories of your home? So I can flip the
What is the glory that you're describing here?
that our swimming lessons are way better and more fun than just having classes with other people of your age.
I'm gonna say no because I also had to learn the hard way how to swim.
I think my uncle would like your families. Aman sort of just pipes up.
Uh-huh. And yes, exactly, Annie. That is actually where I got the idea from that little vine.
I mean, great guy, but
Is
he's
it?
a bit harsh when it comes to the training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
uncles be like that sometimes.
Did he teach
Yeah,
you how
I
to
mean-
swim?
What was that, Kris?
Oh, did he teach you how to swim too?
Yeah, he taught me and my cousin and my sister.
He sounds like a nice uncle. If he helps you out like that.
Oh no, yeah, he's great, just isn't. And then he looks around like, okay, I mean, it'd be understandable here if you have a superhero for an uncle.
What did he used to? Oh wait, was he like the previous eye guy?
I got
One laughs. No, he was the previous Shamsu Hor, with the
Is-
whole staff and the fancy armor and everything.
Okay, so is that like stuff that you are going to get in the future, or?
Yeah, his face drops a bit. Nah, it's completely different here.
Okay, so is it like
Uh,
something that they want you to become, but you don't want to become?
Kind of complicated actually. That he just wants me to control what I have better than I do right now.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I guess our uncles and parents don't want us to get ourselves hurt, and having more control over our own strengths and weaknesses is definitely something that helps with that.
Yeah, that's sort of what he also says.
Do
It's a
you?
bit complicated, but with the whole eye thing and me not always understanding it, but I'm trying to get by. You
What do you
should
mean
know
you
that,
don't
Gwen.
understand it?
Oh,
What do you mean you don't understand it?
I mean it talks to me and it promises a lot and sort of like always having someone in your head, and he sort of just goes silent for a bit and it's like, sorry, it didn't like me saying that.
I don't like you saying that about me.
Oh, I didn't know it talked to you.
I can offer
Hi,
you great
Amon's eye.
things.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean,
That's rough, buddy.
So when Lily says that, it'll actually flicker back, like with energy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
okay.
Yeah, it says hi back.
Hey, Horace. How's the family, kids? Yeah. I mean, I at least had the benefit that while Nimue was always there for me, that at least I could have time on my own. But having the eye like in your head as part of like physically part of you and constantly with you there and with the voice always there, that is something else.
He sort of drops his voice. And it's like it's not always a voice. Sometimes it's like feelings and images and. Ow! Sorry. I didn't like that either.
Do you argue? Argue? A lot?
I mean, yeah, it's happened sometimes. And honestly, you know, it just sort of sometimes makes me worry because I don't like arguing with something in my head, and B, it just sort you know, it says I can do a lot of crazier things than I already do, and I'm just not getting there. And I don't know, there's more going on. Sort of, you know, takes a deep breath, disappears from view for a second, and then reappears on the surface. Sorry, I just.
Where
I
did
guess
you go
it's-
just now?
You know what? I need to just stop being so vague about this.
I guess it's trying to show you more things that it can do
It
or that you
is.
can do. But
It is, yeah. It's just I sort of took it from it shows me over. It's this complicated thing where Amon pauses, looks over at the boat, then turns back to Gwen and Lily. It shows me, and that meant someone else lost a bit of the power they had a right to, and just when I'm not using it right, I feel like it's unfair that I took it or have it, and I'm making this. We're supposed to be here relaxing, and here I am just talking about how I worry about not deserving this thing sometimes.
Okay, two things. One, talking is very therapeutic, and two, you're doing your best. I mean, it chose you, so it must think you can do the thing. I don't know what the thing is, but you can do it. You know, baby steps. What is it? Expect you to be an expert from like day one? Because that's even for a magic eye.
yeah, it clearly believes in you.
Just like
And
us.
and we believe in you too. And us who believe in you.
Yeah, I should
And-
really have listened to you the first couple of times you said that, huh, Gwen?
And I will keep saying it until it gets through that thick skull of you. And she just kind of like pats him on the shoulder and then goes like, but in the meantime, we're gonna distract you from it. And then she pushes him underwater.
Either one
I
of you roll a
think that
comfort and
was-
support.
Okay. I
Or
was
unless you have
sharing a
vulnerability.
vulnerability and weakness.
Yeah, do
But
that
I
first.
think, yeah. But
Oh wait.
give it to who? That's the issue.
We can do the vulnerability first.
Yeah, and then the other person can
Yeah.
comfort and support. Also,
Yeah,
that is a wholesome
so-
Lilypad.
When you share a vulnerability or weakness, Should someone express uncertainty in your artifact, if they reassure you about it, take influence over them and add team to the. If they caution you, give them influence and mark potential. This team, we're getting a nice, healthy team pool up there for whoever goes next.
Add a team to the pool?
I've felt like reassurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Does anyone want to comfort and support as well?
Sure.
You want?
Yeah, that's good. I would
so-
say let's Lily have it.
I'd say, I don't know if I can just. I feel like Lily can have the vulnerability or weakness on because of the two things part, and then Gwen can get the shoving under the water comfort and support.
That's adorable. I
If
see.
that
I,
makes sense.
That's very good.
Sure, that works for me. And I guess we can always. And I
Darcy
guess we
doesn't
can.
want to roll comfort and support.
I'm
Sorry.
perfectly fine rolling comfort and support. How dare you try to interrupt me rolling comfort and support? But I mean, we have plenty of teams, so Lily can always help if it's like a 9 or a 6. So
Yep.
Ah, nice.
let's go.
Lily's right there.
Okay,
Okay.
so pick one.
You get to mark a potential, clear a condition, or shift your labels.
It feels like he's being comforted a lot. Let's get rid of hopeless. And thank you, Gwen. And I get influence over
Over me.
Lily?
Yep. Which I
Yep.
think you already have.
which I already have.
Shift my label.
Okay, let's see. That was just very straight and close and sweet. So that feels like a mundane up.
Okay.
And down to earth again. I think superior goes down as a reverse.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Why?
I'm just gonna like lift Harold up on like a lily pad anyway.
Yeah, he comes back. I'm like,
Like Dirty Dancing?
Nah, just like out from under the water so he's not like drowning, please.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, he resurfaces like,
I'm just saying
and
that.
then just
Perfect.
sends the like his entire arm through the water, splashing at. Don't do that.
Hey Harold, are you watching closely?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Please no.
Wait, what? What is Gwen doing?
I'm just joking. Hey, and I think Gwen will like call out. Ella's still on the boat, right?
Correct.
Hey, do you have a ball up on there or something?
I just turn to like I don't know. I turn to Lamorak. Do we have a ball up here somewhere?
I don't know. There's probably a beach ball down there.
Yes.
I turn to Percival. Do we have a ball up here somewhere?
He shrugs and goes down to actually search for a ball. And he comes out a few minutes later with like one of those deflated beach balls.
Okay, I have a ball for you, but it'll take me like a couple seconds to blow it up.
A couple seconds? Oh my god.
Super speed.
Super strength, powerful lungs.
Super
Yes.
hyperventilation.
I imagine Elle just goes like,
Just a single breath.
yeah.
Yes.
Go L.
And then I yeet the ball over at them. Can I hit Gwen in the head with the ball?
You'd have to finesse.
dare.
You'd have to finesse that.
Mm-hmm. How do I do that?
Would that be an unleash your powers?
Alright.
Alright, yeah, with a +1 since you have influence over Gwen, I assume.
Honestly, that doesn't directly engage if you're actually trying to hit me.
That's true.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay, directly engage.
It's not. It's not well with a vulnerable foe.
How dare!
Can I defend Gwen? Can I defend Gwen?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Roll the defend. Ooh, we actually
just
get
gonna,
PC
like-
battles. Awesome.
just like as the ball's coming in, I'm just gonna like raise up one of the lily pads and just like bat it back like a giant game of badminton.
Heck yeah, ball battle.
Yep, roll a defend.
And I have influence over Gwen, so I get a +1 to defend.
You have to manually add that.
Woo!
Alright.
Okay.
On PC,
Returned.
yep, you get a -2 to your roll. Unless
So it's
anyone
still-
wants to help boost that back up to a 10.
So it's still an 8.
Yeah, it's an 8, so you pick one.
So I think because it's an 8, like I yeet it over in towards Gwen's face, and Lily puts like a lily pad up to bat it back at me, and then it goes back at me, and I bat it at Gwen's face again, and it doesn't hit her face, but it hits her shoulder or something.
What
So
option do you
wait,
want
pick
to
one.
take?
Yeah, pick an option. I have a good idea for this.
Let's see. Impress, surprise, or frighten.
Now you aren't avoiding the blows, so
Yeah,
does
so-
that mean like I also like pass it back to you?
I'm gonna say that L, you initially throw it with like power, and it's like you see like the water like splitting across from the force of the ball. And
the ball turns into like an oval in the air.
yeah, basically. And then just as it's about to hit Gwen, it's like you turn slow motion, you have like the scream emoji as your expression. And then all of a sudden this like slow motion lily pad with like an angry face on it bats it back. And then it's like Ellie, you look smug for a second, then you open your eyes and you just get like slow motion pounded back. But it still bounces off your head, and Gwen turns to high five Lily, and it bounces and hits her in the back of the head with a lot less force.
Ow!
There's your ball.
Thanks. But Jake just kind of like laughs back. Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Also, I'm gonna add a team to the pool.
Alright.
Come with friends.
Oh wait, no, that's for NPC threats, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PC, did we take team down at one point? No, okay, then we added back, yeah, right.
God, we have 10
Yeah.
team. That's a lot of team.
Can we get it higher?
No, please.
Probably.
Actually, wait, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we can.
Can we
Yes,
provoke Galad into a fight and just engage a threat as a team?
You're gonna fight Galahad?
No, wait! Beach volleyball versus the Knights.
Yes.
So we would have to go
On
back
what
to the
beach?
store.
Are we just gonna do it on the water?
Water
yeah,
beach.
water polo.
Water polo club, don't nobody tell Tilly. Alright, so do you all scramble out of the water to challenge the knights?
I mean, I'm
Well,
okay with it, but
Isn't the boat still broken?
Yeah.
It is.
So wait.
yes.
Does anybody
many-
know anything about engineering? More mechanics? Maybe we can help Galahad.
Didn't
I
Drain
think Galahad's on it.
Yeah. Dindrain, like, kind of, like, as Galahad's, like, tinkering with, like, the wrench, trying to, like, bang something in place, Dindrain, like, puts a hand on her hip and puts one hand on the engine, and it, like, breaks off. And she's like,
Well,
oh, whoops. You were all throwing around that beach ball, so I think we can all take a break and enjoy the summer sun while it's coming out. What do you say, Gally? No
What do you
response. He just groans.
I think it's time to sunbathe. Yes. I'll just get like the chairs, and we can sit and we can have some drinks. You don't have wine, do you?
Lamb, did we pack wine? Lamb responds, I didn't pack wine. No, I got beer. I got soda. I got juice. I have water.
Grab whiskey.
Lamb, give me a beer.
He takes a can, tosses it over his shoulder.
Catch.
Does anybody,
Thank you.
Does anybody catch it beforehand?
Does that mean, that be a defend?
Nah, okay, no,
Or-
let's just say L catches it.
I'm gonna catch it.
Yeah.
I'll just set up some chairs on like the deck.
Alright.
Put
So you fish
some
around for some chairs.
sunglasses on.
You
Yeah.
fish around for some chairs. And like as you're trying to all catch some sun, Lily, I assume you're sitting in like a pot of soil? Or because I don't think sun-dried tomatoes is what you want right now.
Plants, listen, there's plants that are fine with a lot of sun.
Yeah.
I'll just be that.
You just turn into a cactus.
Cactus.
I'm just a
Sounds
cactus.
like-
Yeah. It's just like person in chair, person in chair, person in chair, cactus.
There's all kinds of plants though that can do that.
That's true.
Mhm. But a cactus is fun because they look like they have 2 arms.
Yeah.
And then can somebody please put sunglasses on me? Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Percival
Avalon can
come
give
out
her-
with like some extra sunglasses, just a bunch of hats, with his like
Yeah.
tub of what is
Aw.
it?
Honestly, I'm just picturing Lily turning into a cactus with like the 2 arms, and we put like sunglasses on the middle thing, and then also on both of the arms, and then hats on all 3.
Yes.
Yes. If we need that, Aman will donate his sunglasses to that cause.
No, Percival brought more than enough sunglasses.
Okay.
Uh,
But he is going to do 2 things after he climbs back on.
mhm.
One, take off the tank top.
Guns out, guns out.
It needs to dry. It's yeah.
Whistles.
After that dip.
Hey.
Yeah, he'll
My heart.
redden at that. But the second thing he wants to do is if Galahad is still by the busted engine, Aman is going to approach and be like, I can try taking a look.
I got
I'm
it.
not the best at. No, look, I'm not the best at this engine stuff, but sometimes the eye can see stuff you others miss. I've never really used it like that. But first time for everything.
You see him kind of turn back, and he's kind of got like a skeptical look, and he points a hand out. He's still, hand's partially covered in oil. Take a look, I guess.
Yeah, sure. And he's gonna crouch by Galahad and ask the eye to see. Hey Horace, what do you know about engines?
What does the engine know about? What does the eye know about this situation?
Yeah.
Horus is diversified into God of Vengeance in the meantime.
Yes.
Steampunk eye.
So yeah. Would that be
Unleash
oh, unleash. Okay.
to extend your
Cool.
senses.
Yes. With the eye, +1.
Because the assess the situation questions don't really make sense.
Yeah.
Nor do the pierce the mask.
There we go. That is a
Alright.
9.
Unstable or temporary? Do you want to mark a
Yeah.
condition?
I unstable or temporary in this case. Do with that what you want, Annie.
Alright. Let's see. Okay, no, not the would you like to die here scenario. I'm joking. I'm joking. This is a bottle episode. We can't afford death. So you see that you kind of flash back and remember to when the squid arm hit the boat. Percival made sure that the boat didn't completely capsize, but it still managed to like nick part of the engine. So for the most part, it's kind of crushed slightly, and maybe it could be fixed. What Galahad is doing is kind of working. It might be enough to get back to the shore, or at least get within range, because from what you can kind of see as you look up, the cell towers don't extend this far. You're in like a dead zone in terms of reception.
So we might be able to get it up and running just to get us back, probably, or maybe just so we can. But that thing doesn't look so good. It's
Well,
kind of gone.
that's what I'm trying to fix it up for. Just go sit, have fun with the rest.
No, look, if you just move that thing about here, you might get something going.
He seems like he's about to ignore you for a moment, but then, like, yeah, he just ignores you. I guess you go join the others.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
But
Guess you know what you're doing.
as you're walking back, you hear kind of where that part goes. You hear it kind of click into place. And you hear him kind of go, huh.
Yeah. It was that thing where that goes because he has no idea what they're called.
I got it. So yeah, you go back to join the others, but as you like walk over out from like underneath the let's say like the boat has the front bow, and then there's like a windshield window that kind of blocks off the first floor above the interior hull, and then there's the second floor where the steering wheel is. So as you walk by, you feel this like really cold slap on your back, and like this like weird goopy thing. And as you turn, you see Percival with a handful of sunscreen, like face dead serious, and he's holding up his like a gallon of sunscreen.
It goes more like, oh, what the? What was that for?
UV rays are very dangerous.
Thank you.
Is that a type of fish that's here?
Elle, I better see you with some sunscreen.
Gwen
Is
comes out.
that a screen?
It's sort of like a screen, but it's for your skin.
Why would I put something on my skin?
It's
So
so
that
that
you
you
don't
don't
get
get
melanoma?
burned.
I don't. Why would I get burned?
Like if you are in the sun a lot and it's like really hot, then you get red after a while, and that's kind of like dangerous for your skin.
That's never happened to me before.
Really?
No.
Does Avalon have global warming?
I mean, I don't think we do. We don't have factories, unless
Oh.
magic does do global warming.
I wouldn't put it past Morgan to start global warming in Avalon.
Mm.
In the meantime, Gwen just reapplies sunscreen to herself.
You see like on the gallon, it's like SPF like 80 to 100.
It's at least 50.
It's at least 50.
Hey, can somebody help me with my back?
Whoever helps better be careful. Unless they're family.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I don't think I'm a good candidate right now. Waves very prickly arm.
Oh yeah, that would be the best way to apply sunscreen.
Percival's got like is like excited.
Can do it.
Percival's very excited to like start applying to people. He goes up. He's got like the handful, and he's about to put it on you, Lily, and he's like, and then he starts rubbing it all over his arm again.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm good. Also, Sir Percival, if you're not worried about everybody getting sunburned, I can just make some shade.
Well, that would defeat the purpose of sitting in the sun. But thank you for the offer.
Okay.
I mean, even if you don't sit directly in the sun, you will get some UV rays on yourself. That's why it's even good to put on sunscreen, even if you just sit in the shade.
This is a PSA.
Remember, kids, don't go in the water for half an hour after eating. Lily just points to a non-existent camera.
Just looks into the camera.
I'll get a laugh. A nice hearty laugh.
So, somewhere off screen, somebody tells Cyclone they no longer need him for PSAs.
Oh my god, no!
Oh no. I'll take that away from him.
I think we're gonna take our little 5 to 7 minute break to go grab some water, and I really need to use the washroom. So in that time, I think we can air the PSAs. Timer starting now, 11:23 p.m.
So, I'm Cyclone, and I'm here to talk to you about an important virtue for superheroes and students alike: patience. It's sometimes you just need to wait a while and until something good comes along, and some things just take a little bit more time. Hey, how many more of these?
I'm Atomica, and I'm here to say, fuck patience. Atomica gate crashing the PSA.
Listen, Atomica. We're not here to talk about our exes, okay? I know that Patience was a really nice girl once upon a time, but after that whole stint on Saturn, I don't think we should talk about her.
Okay. I'm on stairs into the camera. Remember, kids, don't be a fool. Smoking isn't cool. Yeah, that's it.
When shouts from off screen, and use protection.
Yeah, that. You can never be too safe. I was gonna do another Sonic Says, but that one's longer. There's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
These are getting weirdly specific. They don't even rhyme.
I'm off of a cartoon I saw once.
Oh, that's pretty good. Cartoon needs better writers.
Oh. Yeah. How much good advice can a super fast blue hedgehog give you? We're allowed to say Sonic on here, right?
Sanic.
Sonic. This session is so nice.
I'm enjoying it a great deal.
Yeah.
Also, did we just leave the body of the Kraken in the... Oh my god.
Yes.
Did we just leave the Kraken's body in the bay? Like we're just gonna... Is he just gonna stay there?
Yeah. Or maybe the boat is like towing it behind it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
we're fucking Monster Hunter over here.
Oh god. That's too much power. Like I'm just gonna become a new fucking Zodiac tree. That's too much energy.
I mean, I imagine knights
You know,
have a
I don't
plan
think that's
with
gonna
it.
make people feel like a lot safer. It's like, oh god, there was a huge like sea monster. Oh, it's gone. But now there's a huge tree monster. That's not better. Ugh. What?
I love Lily. She's the best.
Lily is amazing.
Yeah. But also, I'm glad everyone's having a moment with everyone else.
I need a moment with Lily still.
Yes, you do.
I love
Mhm,
Lily.
mhm.
Maybe that can happen
I
while
mean-
you're tanning.
Yeah, there's no reason Elle can't just take the beach chair next to Lily.
True.
Howdy.
Hello.
So
I'm-
have y'all got sunscreen on?
I need to pack sunscreen
Yeah.
for tomorrow.
Well, then this is your reminder.
Right.
And also, stay hydrated.
Yeah, I have 3 bottles of 0.5s. So that's at least 1.5 liters.
Yes, we give Cactus Lily a suntan mirror.
Also, Lucid, on this good Christian server, we don't talk about Sonic 06.
The only vine that I ever made was about Sonic 06 when it had me making Sonic Generations out of the bookcase and giving it to a friend, and then while she was holding it, it turned into Sonic. A son of a bitch!
Alright, so it seems that everybody is back. Am I mistaken?
Nope.
Alright.
Some of us never even left.
Oh, look at
Some
you
of
with
us
the
never-
steel bladder.
Some of us will never leave.
Yeah, we knew that. Let me see.
Some of us no longer have bodily functions due to being a tree now.
Oof.
Trees
have
have bodily
functions.
functions, just different ones.
Trees don't have to go to the bathroom.
What do you think maple syrup is?
That's the most cursed thing you've ever said.
And it's on recording.
Hey, if
And we'll
anybody
live
here
forever.
would know, it would be Kris, considering she's Canadian.
It's true. Every year we go into the highlands of Quebec and Ontario and we bleed thousands of trees for their life's blood.
We bleed the trees. We stand
eat it
in
for
our
our
ritual.
breakfast. You see, you have to consume your enemies to gain their power.
Exactly. Why do you think
Canadians are so
mountains?
sweet because of all the maple syrup we eat, don't you know?
Exact. Don't you know?
I don't know why I'm from North Dakota now.
Don't worry. There's nothing wrong about that accent.
It's just south of Canada.
Precisely.
Yeah, it's about something like that. All right, let's get back to the session.
Alright.
Boo, boo, boo. After the haunting maple syrup commercial, we'll pan back over our big team from like a bird's eye view, lounging around. Elle, you're sitting next to Lily.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Can you... I imagine it's much nicer as a plant, even. Maybe?
I mean,
Isn't the sun good for plants? I don't do a lot of gardening, but...
yeah, this is really good right now. And I'm not hungry, so that's a plus. Because you know how you always go to the beach and then as soon as you get there you get hungry, but then your mom won't let you get another hot dog and ice cream from the stand because you already had one, and you want to go swimming, but she says you can't because it hasn't been a half hour yet. Ugh.
I actually don't know that, but it sounds like what Alex would call relatable.
We should go to the beach sometime and then not do that. Sucks.
I would love that. I'm glad to see that you're still having a good time here. I was a little worried.
About me?
Yes. After the zodiac tree and everything, you did amazing there. You saved us. You didn't really you didn't seem like you were in a you've seemed a little down since, I guess. And I get that. Gestures. But yeah, I was hopeful that this would help. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't talk about this and just soak up the sun next to you instead, but
No, it's okay. I mean, I kind of just spent like a week not talking about it or to anybody, so you know, talking is good. Talking helps.
yes.
Yep.
Especially if you suddenly can't talk to your family about anything that you're going through. I know how that is. I might not be separated from my family for the same reasons, but
Yeah. Ha. Also relatable.
yes.
And I mean, you're not wrong. You know, I was pretty sad. I mean, I'm kind of still sad, but like, you know, for a while I was thinking like, did I make everything worse? And it's gonna be bad forever, but like, when I thought about it some more, if I had to do it again, I would. So, you know, maybe not the best outcome, but I don't think I would change it.
I wouldn't either. Even if I did get moderately stabbed, I heal pretty quickly. It's fine.
Sorry about that.
That was the opposite of your fault, Lily. You actually gave me opportunity to even
Get stabbed?
I would have if you hadn't done anything, I would have probably got worse than stabbed.
Less than stabbed? Isn't that better?
No, I would have been worse than stabbed.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Well,
Titus does not like me. It's mutual, but in his case, well,
like anyone?
I don't know if he likes anyone, but I think I'm the only person he actively threatened to kill.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad he didn't. Like, you know, just like kind of tries to give like a cactus thumbs up. I don't know how that works. I mean,
What kind of plant are you right now?
a
Never
cactus.
seen it before.
Oh, this is a cactus. They mostly grow in deserts, and since it's so sunny outside and it's hot outside, I kind of figured it would like be a good thing. Also, they look good in sunglasses.
You look good in sunglasses. Have you have you had any luck in figuring out what happened to you? I know we talked about it a while back.
Yeah, I did talk to, kind of like tries to like lean forward and look past Elle to like make sure no one else is like paying attention. Like leans in. I talked about it. Looks back to make sure nobody heard her say Rhiannon. That's a touchy subject right now. Like leans back. And she showed me. Well, we didn't go. I don't know. Go back now. Everything there scares me. But she showed me. She said when she was in the tree, she had like dreams about it, and then she showed me with illusions. And yep, it was pretty much that place. Yep.
Okay.
So, question answered. That's a good thing. But I don't know how to go back because I don't know how I got there in the first place.
And you don't know whether it's some sort of curse or something else.
I don't know if going back would make things better because, you know, the one time I went there, gesture yourself.
The one time Aman and I went there, it was, and Gwen was there too, actually. I think. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It was pretty dangerous at the time as well. It seems like a dangerous place. But it's... I wonder if it's just some sort of curse, or maybe they turned you into a fairy part way. There's probably some ways of figuring that out.
Who's they? I didn't even talk to anyone.
There's... Fairies can do all sorts of things without you ever seeing them.
Did I upset fairies?
Probably not. A lot of them have do things regardless of whatever you do. There's a lot of mischievous ones that don't really mean any harm, and there's ones that actively do mean harm. But yeah, it's... Have you noticed like allergic reaction, any new allergic reactions or anything like that?
Like other people being allergic to me or me being allergic to
you
me?
Being allergic to something else? Like...
No.
Iron?
I haven't used much.
See, when I touch iron, I get like a rash.
Ugh. I don't know
which
if
is kind of unpleasant. I don't know what it's like for Rhiannon though.
Oh, is that like how fairies? Oh, wait, I read about that. Is that like how fairies can't touch cold iron?
I guess maybe it's worse if you're more than only part fairy. For me, it's just really annoying and my skin gets irritated. And if it's like, that's if it's just regular iron, and then there's different kinds of purities. Some of them just actively smell bad and I don't want to get near them, but it doesn't happen very often.
Should try that.
I mean, if you do have something like that, then you probably are part fairy now, if not entirely.
Cool. I mean, you know, there's probably better ways to be a fairy, but that's still pretty cool. Thanks, Al.
You're welcome. I don't know if I actually helped any.
Yep. You did. Thanks for just letting me ramble.
Anytime. You moved to the base now, right?
Yep.
How has that been? I know there's a lot of people that live there now, at least, and
Yeah. I
so
mean,
it's not like lonely anymore.
for the most part, I just stay up in the garden anyway.
You're
Don't
not
really have a
lonely?
lot to do inside. No, there's lots of flowers in there. Why would I be lonely?
I guess that's true.
I mean,
and
I don't get out much, but sometimes they talk about birds or bugs,
hmm
so that's fun.
you should consider maybe putting something up in like the rec room that like people should come visit you in the garden or something. It's probably healthy for people to be in the garden more anyway. And I know Jamie lives in the base and they're really nice. I'm sure you'd
Mhm.
like them. I don't know if you've met.
Yeah. Well, maybe didn't make the best first impression, but I have met them.
I sincerely doubt that. Jamie is great. There's no way that they didn't like you.
Well, okay, I hope so.
I don't believe it for a second.
Thanks. I'm just
You're
always kind of-
welcome.
someone's gonna run away in fear. So, I'm just glad no one on the team's done that yet, because
There is so many strange things in Halcyon.
Right?
And I'm from a strange place, apparently. So I think it says a lot when I say that.
I hope you get to go back someday.
Me too. I don't dislike it here. It's very nice. And I have a lot of friends, and I have family, and I have people I love. But I also have people I love that I left behind that aren't here, and even if they would be here, they would be versions of people I love that aren't really those people anymore. So, like, I'd like to see my fathers again. And it would be really nice to see my fiance. And all of my siblings.
Relatable.
Art. I can't see art here.
Art? Is that a person? Or do you just want to go to a museum?
Oh, no, Arthur.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, just
Yeah.
like, just like kind of scratch your head, like doesn't know where to look now.
I'm sorry. It's kind of weird because I wasn't here when he died, and I didn't. I didn't experience any of that, and my vision isn't dead, or I can see his to me, and it's a strange situation. I feel like I'm simultaneously mourning, but not.
Why does this always happen in my sessions?
Suddenly, instead of El Gaia is there.
It was just a holographic projection of L, and Gaia's disguise has dropped.
Okay. Here.
Everyone sounds okay now.
Hi.
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 El spontaneously
Hello.
turned into a robot.
I knew it.
Oh. She was a transformer the whole time.
Yeah. It's just. it's hard to know whether you can really mourn someone if they're not really dead to you. It's a complicated situation in general, and I'm eager to go back and make sure that he never does that.
You should talk to Mitchell. He found a way.
Mitchell?
That's my brother. He acts like I'm dead.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Mm-hmm. Don't talk to him, though.
I don't want to be mean, but do I have your permission to punch him in the school hallway if I see him? Kind of.
What? I mean, like, I'm mad at him, but also please don't punch him because I think you might actually destroy him. He's not that strong.
I can just flick him in the nose.
That's good. Would that break his nose? You're very strong.
Probably not.
It's okay. I appreciate it, though.
It's just... I don't understand how you can be like that. Like, if something happened to Gwen or Rhiannon or one of my siblings back home, and they came back, even if they came back changed, I would just be so glad that they're still there. And they live in Halcyon. This kind of thing isn't that strange here. That there's people. The whole thing with the transformed happened. Do they? I can't understand it, and
Different thresholds for tolerance, I guess.
It just makes me want to go to your house and yell at your parents. Really.
Please don't do that either. They're all trying their best.
Unfortunately,
their best isn't good enough. Yes, Gwen.
I was going to say that exact same thing.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Gwen
it's
and
fine.
I'll say it at the same time.
In sync.
Yes.
They just kind of looks over like, have you guys heard all of this?
I mean, I imagine that the boat is pretty small. So,
Yeah.
like, we probably didn't hear that you said that you talked to Rhiannon, because you were, like, specifically looking around and whispering it, but, like, most of the rest.
Mm-hmm.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah,
If you're okay with that.
that
yeah.
makes sense. I forgot to whisper that also.
I'm imagining the, like, adults sitting there awkwardly trying to ignore this teenage drama.
Well, remember, they're the ones sitting next to the portal music playing, and they're just, like, sitting basically, like, it's Percival and Lemerack. They're BFFs, and they're
I'm
just,
kind of
like, napping.
Honestly, I'm kind of, like, picturing one of them might be napping, one of them is just too distracted with the music, and one of them is intently listening in on us, but they're just like, you know, this reminds me of all the times that we had this stuff happen.
Well, actually, Dindrain and Galahad are both trying to fix the engine.
Dindrain's just making it worse.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that Lemerack looks like he's asleep, but he's actually just listening in on us and just, like, has a big smile on his face as
He's
has his eyes
smirking.
closed, because he's like, this takes me way back.
Yeah, he is, like, smirking, and, like, through his sunglasses, only the camera lens can see this, he's, like, looking back towards you guys. And, like, you see him nudge, oh, power went out.
Oh no.
Well, the boat went again, thanks to Dindrain. But yeah, as I think after Lily's and Elle's little conversation, Gwen will like just pat Elle's hand and just look her in the eye and go like, if you ever turn into a cactus or a bird or heck, even a dragon, we'll still be a family. Just don't do that before a certain amount of time has passed.
You don't want to be half cactus?
I would prefer not. I mean,
Is there any type of half that you would rather be?
Half my mom, half my dad.
Okay, you don't want like wings or something. I can see if I can turn myself into a bird.
Does Gwen still have cat ears?
Yes.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah, so.
I think that if I were born with something, if I had been born with something, then that would just have been my normal, and then I wouldn't mind. But being transformed is a different matter, I think, especially if it's something against your will. I mean, these ears were not something that I wanted, but just happened, and I've just kind of come to terms with them, and I'm okay with them. But if I had gone through like a complete transformation, like I've seen some people have who've gotten into touch with the permutation pink, I think I would have definitely been kind of upset about that.
I hope you understand that I was joking about offering to turn myself into a bird so you would be one. I mean, if you genuinely wanted that kind of thing, I'd consider it, but it wasn't meant to be a...
Elle, you don't have to turn yourself into anything else for me. And I think if you significantly changed the person that you are, there are other people who might take issue with that. I mean, not in the sense of like you would be any less of a person for it, but they might be sad, I guess. I think it is more if something changed about personality rather than appearance. If you suddenly start, please don't start feeding me like a bird as a baby or something.
I really wasn't planning to. I didn't do that, right?
I mean, I was too young to form memories, and I'm not about to retrocognize myself.
Just like panicked look at Percival. Percy.
Tilts his sunglasses down.
Percy, I didn't do that, right?
Puts his sunglasses back up.
Percy!
Percy!
Bless Percy.
Sage! So, as you stop for a moment.
Amon's going to sort of just trying to lighten the mood a little more. Like, yeah, I mean, birds might be weird, but cats are still all right. And he reaches up and pats Gwen on the head.
Wow. Oh! Gwen like slaps a hand in front of her mouth. God damn it.
She didn't make that noise when Reckon petted her. Okay, I see.
She made a whole lot of other noises.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
In front of your father.
This is a rated E for everyone program.
Listen, cat noises are safe. I didn't mean anything else by that.
Yeah.
You perverts.
So in that like a moment of silence, you can hear another like cracking, like breaking sound, and then some clanking, and you hear like a whoops, and then you hear some like arguing coming from the back, and like you see the other two kind of look up. And then you hear kind of the shouting.
It's a nice day.
You hear the escalating.
God damn it.
I think we'll be here for a bit.
At least it's nice outside.
It is. It is. And I don't have any particular reason to be back in Halcyon.
Aman's already walking over.
I mean, I would like to be back in Halcyon before tomorrow, before the parade, but other than that,
I'm sure we will be. And hey, maybe if we're really late, we can just turn this boat into a parade float and just crash the parade in this boat instead.
wait, this boat can float?
It's doing.
Yes, that's what boats do.
Oh, in that sense, yeah, I guess. I mean, I thought it was a float in the air.
What?
Yeah, it's a different kind of float.
They're not in the water?
No.
Yeah, they're
I don't
like-
know why they call them floats either, considering they have wheels.
They're like big balloons, I think.
No, those are just balloons.
Wait, aren't there like big balloon things attached to the carts?
Not always?
I mean, I remember that being the case a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
My father and I used to go, before everything.
I'm really confused. I thought it was going to be like in a canal and there would be like boats coming by.
Do we
I
even
mean-
have a canal? It's not a
We just-
riata.
We just have the river. I don't think there are boats involved with this. There's just like, it's like a parade. But they
Yeah.
just call it a float for some reason because there's like lots of big balloons that are floating along. I think that's why they call it a float. I think, but it's a parade.
Okay.
I mean, some people might make their floats look like boats, but they're not actually seaworthy.
Amon,
I
as
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
That's great.
As
I can wait.
oh yeah, do you want to finish?
I don't know that conversation's going anywhere.
I don't think that conversation's going anywhere now.
I'm sad Aman wasn't there right now, or he would, because he'd offer
Well-
to illusion up a parade
Oh my
just to
God.
show them.
I mean, you can kind of hear them as you're walking over, but you hear kind of like you hear like a kind of like a rhythmic, like Galahad saying something, and then Dindrin saying something, then breaking, then Galahad saying something. Eventually you overhear before they notice you, Galahad going, "Stop hovering. What if you tried there? I know what I'm doing." Okay, but if you do that here, and then you just hear like a breaking noise. And like, just let me try and fix it. They're quiet for a moment. You're gonna get sunburned. I have sunscreen on. You have a little spot on your face. Just let me get. And you see him slap her hand away. Just go sit with the others.
Fuck.
And she's starting to get mad. Well, this would go a lot faster if you stopped being such a sour tart. He's starting to shout. The rest of you are starting to hear this. Well, maybe if you stopped breaking everything and left me for 1 minute, then it would be better by now. Last time I did that, it didn't go so well, did it? You got your asses kicked while Percy, Lamb, and I were split apart trying to save that damn city, and she points to Halcyon.
Oh jeez.
And you see him grab his sword and shield. And you see her summon her armor.
Whoa, hey, Norman is just going to step up quickly. How about both of you, go back there, have a little, whatever kind of beer we've got, and I'll take care of the engine. That sounds nice, right?
They're both ignoring you.
Great.
And they both have their swords up and they're like kind of like circling each other. They're both mad.
Yeah. Hey! We barely have an engine already.
I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm on. Elle just kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder. I don't know that there is really anything you can do to stop this. I've never seen Dindrain like this before.
I think this has been building for a while.
Yeah.
It's not really about the engine.
Yeah, look, whatever they have to deal with, I know what they're capable of, and we have a pretty tiny boat.
Fair point.
So, I'm gonna try and... Look, I just don't like seeing... He leans closer to it. They're friends, right? Normally.
Of a sort. I mean, Dindrain is Percival's younger sister and not really friends with Galahad herself so much as their fellow knights. Percival and Galahad are friends.
Well,
Galahad
friends-
used to be one of Dindrain's heroes, like what she wanted to be in the future.
Well, friends, heroes or not, we need them to not be enemies right now?
Yeah.
Again, boat.
They can fight on the water.
Really?
Let's get
mean,
them to just get off the boat and do that.
You see them both kind of backing up, their swords at the ready.
Yeah, so if Aman sees that, he is going to illusion up 2 heralds. Let's start with 2 versions of himself first. We can shift them up later, but standing back to back and facing the other illusions.
Give me an unleash your powers.
Okay, because I want to go somewhere with this.
Alright. They
I
both...
will
They
help.
don't look like they're going to stop.
Yeah?
So, unleash time.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Oof.
Heck
So-
yeah.
Just as you like focus and try to illusion up something, they both charge towards each other. And then you summon like the 2 illusions of yourself, and then they like stop for a moment. Like the swords are about to hit, but like you appear, 2 of you appear.
Yeah.
And then boom, they stop, like instantaneously.
Yeah, and then all 3 heralds are going to stop like, whoa, okay, alright. Oh, sorry. Is it better now, Darcy? I just need to get a better mic. I'm super sorry. This keeps,
It's okay. I mean, if you have your microphone like more off to the side of your mouth, then it's still close to pick up the sound, but your breathing usually goes like straight ahead.
I know.
So
Is
if it's more
this better?
a submission.
My
I
bad.
think
Is this
so, yeah.
better?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So. I hope that hasn't been going on too long.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm embarrassed now.
Go
Anyways.
go ahead
alright.
and shoot.
Blushy little
But yeah,
Custard. Wholesome.
Whatever. Yeah, so both Amans are just holding up their hands like, and then all three of them will speak like, alright, well, look, I have no idea what's going on between the two of you, but you probably have a whole lot of god stuff to work out. But could you just take a deep breath and look around, because you're on a pretty tiny boat. And I don't know what either of you is capable of, but it'd be nice if you could just stop. Or if you really have to work all of this out, I wouldn't recommend it right now. And all the illusions will gesture towards the water. I think you can walk on that like Elle can. That you can, right?
The two of
I
them
try to
stop.
provoke them.
Sort of. So just take it there if you really have to.
I'm gonna say that
Because right now, hold on, right now, and the illusions are going to shift. That's the thing. I hope nothing goes wrong. Dindrain is looking at herself, sword drawn, and Galahad is looking at himself, sword drawn.
mirror reflections. Awesome.
Yeah. This still sound like Armando. You're being pretty stupid. Like, really stupid, and supposed to be sort of like. I mean, okay, fine, adults can be stupid all the time, but you're being stupid as heck.
Alright. Let's see.
After all, it's just he's gonna push a little hard. It's like, god damn, I've wanted to punch some of my friends sometime, but I'm gonna go and draw my sword on them while everyone else is watching.
In a confined space.
In the middle of, we're in the lake, right?
In the middle of the sea, open bay.
In the middle of, fucking nowhere.
Alright. So as you're shouting, they stop for a moment. I'm not gonna make you do a provoke roll here.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you rolled. So, as they're facing their mirror reflections, Galahad, he lowers the sword a bit. Dindrain, kind of like takes it, kind of stabs it partially into the deck, rests her hand on it. Lamorak and Percival both go up to the others, and kind of, it's like, right before two people fight, and they have like the group kind of like fanning the other ones off to hold them back. But Dindrain turns back. She looks at you. And then she looks back. She looks back at Galahad. And she says, next Saturday, noon, highest hill in this city. Duel. First to draw blood. And there's a moment. You can hear Percival like telling Galahad, "Come on, no, don't do it. Come on." He shrugs him off. Accepted.
Well, at least they're not dueling on the boat.
They're still being stupid.
There's nothing wrong with the duel.
Yeah.
It's a good way to work out frustration.
It just needs to be
Yeah.
in the proper space. Hey, Elle,
Yes?
since you knew Galahad and Dindrain when they were a lot younger, what were they like? How were they towards each other?
Dindrain... The last time I saw Dindrain, she was like 9. It's hard to tell for me. Perhaps that's actually why she's been the easiest for me to hang out with in Halcyon, because she resembles the person that I knew the least, if that makes sense. I didn't know Little Din very well. I mean, I played with her when I was at Percy's place, and she was a really sweet kid. I didn't actually know she wanted to be a knight, but she told me that she really admired and looked up to me and Galahad and the rest of the squires, and that we inspired her to that. So I think her getting this upset at Galahad is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I guess she kind of like feels betrayed by somebody she admired for something. Do you think Dindrain ever had a crush on Galahad?
I don't know. She was 9.
Well, I mean, not like your Dindrain, but present Dindrain.
Maybe? I don't actually know anything about her romantic preferences. I haven't talked about it.
Huh. Okay.
You see Lamorak stop on by, walk over to the rest of you. He's got the sunglasses up. You see like his cheeks and like his forehead is kind of like visibly like darker than the sunglasses, like that one tan line. It's like it doesn't stand out as much against his dark skin, but you know, you can see that he's got like small freckles too.
Yeah.
You see him come up. They are cooling off right now, but
Did you throw them in the ocean?
he laughs. No. As much as I wish both of us could have, I don't think either of us would
Could
be
really
able
use
to.
it.
Yeah. Speaking
And
of which,
illusions
they
will vanish.
can I don't think I don't think they can specifically fight in the water, considering that Dindrin would sink like a stone in her armor.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's definitely better for them to wait.
Yeah. But I think he points to you, Harold. We could probably fix the motor, because they actually managed to get a lot done. You know,
After I
despite the
pointed stuff
arguing.
out.
But you know, we could probably get that done. And Just as he's about to go into his next sentence, you hear this large thunder crack through like the sky. And like as you all look up, you see the clouds, like they're fluffy and like they're fine for a moment, and then all of a sudden they like whoosh towards the center of the city.
Huh.
We be worried about that?
Suddenly,
Probably.
the sun starts to disappear as like gray storm clouds going high into the atmosphere kind of coalesce together. And you
I'm
hear
very worried
thunder
about
clapping, lightning shooting
Fritz.
horizontally through the sky down. This is not the same kind of like smoke cloud that the three of you saw in France.
That was my next question.
Yeah. This is not. It looks similar, but it looks more powerful and it looks older.
It's not better.
As the lightning cracks through different clouds, you see kind of this shadow appearing, and like soon
God,
a kind
no.
of slight outline with like
It's worse than Morgan Le Fay. It's Merlin.
you see this like a rainbow galaxy thunder cloud in the middle start to kind of take shape into a kind of humanoid. Like this large humanoid. You can see it from the bay. It's like every time lightning cracks, it gets more and more distinct. The thunder tones down a bit, but soon, after like a moment of silence where you can all catch your breath, you hear this booming voice. And let's... Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
Go on, sorry.
Continue.
Gwen and Elle, you recognize this voice. You hear the booming, through the thunder, a voice. As if it's speaking through the weather itself. Intrepid knights, darkness is coming to the lands. The portal must be opened soon. Find the devices to open the gate. Chaos is rising in this world in Avalon. The dragon must be slain and Morgana must be brought down. I call upon you to piece together the devices. Dolorous Gard will be your anchor. Find the devices in the gate. Once assembled together, I will instruct you through the gate. Find Excalibur's wielder and bring them here. Another large thunder clap dissipates most of the clouds, and lightning gives this huge brief flash of light. You hear kind of a shout, one shout from the starboard side of the ship and two shouts from the port side, and all of a sudden you hear Lamrat kind of like go down and grab his head. Gwen, I want you to mark a condition.
Okay.
And
Any
Elle,
specific
I
one?
would like, no specific. Elle, I would like you to take a powerful blow.
Okay. Is this a powerful blow from from something far more powerful than me?
Yeah, yeah.
Just asking. I figured.
Much fear. I'm marking afraid.
Ooh.
I think that's
Okay. Yeah. For never give up, never surrender. That's good.
Oh, that is?
Yes. I choose one. I mean, when you take a powerful blow from someone with far greater power than you, use this move instead of the basic move. Roll plus Savior. On a hit, you stand strong and choose one. On a 7 to 9 marking condition. The ones you can choose is you get an opportunity or opening, you rally from the hit and it inspires the team, add a team to the pool, or you keep your attacker's attention.
good. That last one would be interesting in this case.
I don't want Merlin's attention!
Sure.
But if if you have way to make Merlin's attention be interesting, I will go for it. But
You can pick whatever. I'm not gonna say what it does. If, like, you have good options for all three of those.
Let's see. I'm very curious about the attention thing, actually. I'll go for it.
Alright. I don't know if you could hear my smile there.
I could.
So, the clouds begin to dissipate before, as soon as you kind of like fall down and grab your head, the light kind of clears and you see a figure standing in front of you. You get up and walk closer to it. The rest of you see Elle stand up suddenly and walk closer to something that you can't see. Elle, as you walk closer, you hear his voice in your head. Well then, LanSEAlot. You must come through this portal. But you must also bring your current self. I am waiting. And perhaps we can reverse this curse. And you might be able to go back to whence you came. And then the cloud dissipates. The knights all come towards you. Despite the previous aggression, both Galahad, Dindrain, and Dindrain come over at around the same time and speed with, like, the same instinct to protect the four of you. Percival comes up, and you see that they all have their weapons, including Lamorak, and their eyes, as well as their weapons, are glowing.
Oh, jeez.
I think Elle instinctively summoned her weapon the moment all of this happened, and now she's now that like that thing with Merlin just happened, she's like holding it onto the hilt with like with like both hands, and her knuckles are white and they're shaking slightly.
So as you summon your sword, does it have anything like a gem, perhaps?
It does. Do you want to see a picture of my sword?
Yes, please. Show the class.
Did you bring enough swords for everyone?
Give Lily a sword.
Give Lily a sword. Knight Lily.
Listen, they don't call grass blades for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I knew that Galado's your favorite Pokemon.
Jade is no.
Oh my god.
Images aren't loading for me. Okay, there. So you see that gem that is currently red? It has turned into a kind of golden silvery. It looks like a storm is brewing inside of it. That is kind of reflecting like a kaleidoscope on itself. And
that's fun.
That's where we'll cut to black for today.
Love a storm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nothing ominous about a storm.
Nothing
And
at all.
The credits
Oh,
will
wow.
roll. We'll do end of session moves, and I am breaking close to my hard cutoff. Okay. Rapid fire mode. Okay. No, take your time. You want to start with Kris or Custard or Utopia or?
I'm just gonna figure mine out real quick. If
Alright.
anybody has theirs done, they may go ahead, but otherwise...
I grew closer to you.
Oh.
Do it.
Yay! Wait, that you also gave me influence over you.
Yes.
Labels, 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 labels.
But all of them locked? Okay.
No, there's 2 that are not locked. They are Superior
Don't tell
and
me.
Freak. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I already told you.
Superior and
How
Freak are
dare
not
you.
locked.
Yes.
Freak down, Superior up.
Let's see.
My initial thing was going to be Mundane up and
Yeah.
Superior down.
Okay, Freak down Superior up is possible. Yeah, my Mundane is locked at -2. I
Oof.
think you're the first person ever to try and raise L's Mundane.
Ooh.
I mean, that was so
happened
nice
before.
back there.
All right.
But speaking of Mundane going up, I'm gonna grow into my own image and shift Mundane up and Danger down.
Oh, okay. I guess you didn't bond with anyone this session. Right, whatever.
I mean,
Wow,
Okay.
Darcy. Yeah, good
What?
job, Gwen.
Alright.
what? I'm already close to most of these people.
You can always grow closer to your friends. Like, eventually you'll just become a unified glob of human. That's the
We will
ultimate best
form
friend.
Voltron.
Form
I'm
Voltron?
sorry, Olivia, but I have become Voltron with my team.
How dare you?
Yeah, my debate was between Elle and Lily. And
Mine was between Aman and Lily.
yeah, and I think I've never that Elle approached, so Elle can I think it's I want to grow closer to Sir LanSEAlot.
Woohoo! I think I already have influence over you. I do.
You should
Um.
way back.
Yes. Gosh. Mundane up, danger down.
Okay.
Danger down.
One day we'll push that -2 savior up.
And Lily?
I'm also gonna grow closer to L.
Alright.
Okay, for Lily, I wish I could raise Lily's Mundane, but that's narratively not what happened.
I will note that my freak is locked.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to raise your savior,
What?
and I want to lower your danger.
Okay. And you got supersonic with the fucking squeal.
I've gone supersonic with these squeals before. Let's see. Alright, I have an end credits scene here. So,
I mean, I'm very curious whether my sword stays weird.
oh, it
So-
does. It stays weird.
It stays in the boat.
No, no, it stays weird.
Sword in the boat.
The sword in the boat. Oh god. So, everyone managed to fix the engine, and you got back, but you got back about halfway before a lifeguard had to come pick you up, with like one of those like special boats. And they're like, these damned unlicensed kids. Let's see here. And soon enough, like, everybody's gone back. It's about sunset. The sun is kind of like dipping. It's like on its like last few rays before it completely disappears in the horizon. And you see the knights put their swords together, and the light points towards where Camelot Park is. They rush over, and they go like past Acacia and Rosea, and you see that their encampment has been destroyed. They seem to be okay, but as the knights rush over to where Excalibur is in the sword, in the stone, it's gone. And the stone is broken in half. And in the cracks and where it got split, it is like black obsidian. And they all look to each other, and we'll cut to black. As in the faint distance, you can hear a dragon.
Ooh, yes.
And that's where we'll end today's session. Before we do stars and wishes, I have a star for the players that I would like to get down on camera because I love all of you. My star for all of you is the fact that you created lores for the NPCs and you drove your own stories forward without having anything be an issue. Alright, and that's my star for all of you. And my wish is that you do it more. And that's where we're gonna stop the recording for now. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
What's angle
Bye.
you begun?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping the recording.